Surfer and Tofino resident Pete DeVries tries to surf every day, no matter what the weather.
I try to surf in the snow whenever it happens here. It doesn't snow that often, maybe 3, 4, 5 times a year on the beach. But it's a cool experience. It's actually really difficult to surf in the snow because the snowflakes actually hit you inside your eyeballs, and it kind of hurts when you're going down the line. But it's a cool experience.
Surfers love the winter because of the larger swells. So what if you have to put up with a little cold weather?
We can get, storms that create seas that are up to 8 to 10 meters big, so it just gets absolutely wild.
We watch these young kids on the boards, and yeah, that's not for me. That's for the young guys.
It's pretty raw, but with the wetsuits nowadays, you stay warm.
Seems very cold to me. And they go out there and they spend hours just waiting for the right wave. Well, I think they're crazy.
That's probably the most common reaction I get when traveling, and I tell people I'm Canadian and that I surf here. They think we're crazy. We're not. Adventurous maybe, crazy no.
Chrissy Montgomery owns a surf school in Tofino. Thanks to her private instruction, I managed to have a little fun and not kill myself.
Yeah, he did pretty good. I was impressed, His pop-up was pretty decent. I was impressed. No, and he didn't even complain about the temperature or anything.
Tofino's a great place to watch storms because of the frequency and the intensity, the severity of the storms. It's also very remote. It's a beautiful location, and there's lots of great accommodation. And sitting inside with a cozy fire going, the drapes drawn, while a storm is raging outside can be surprisingly peaceful.
Hello, I'm looking for the Wickaninnish Inn in Tofino.
All right, I'll be more than happy to get you to your destination today.
The Wickaninnish Inn, also known as the Wick, was built in 1996, and it is the original winter storm watching hotel.
I do have the Wickaninnish Inn located at 431 Gibson in Tofino, and I will be more than happy to download it for you.
Thank you very much.
In 400 meters, right turn onto Highway 19 South.
It was the brainchild of the McDermott family, who built a cabin in the area in 1955 and never left.
Well, our idea was originally here to build a place that people would want to come to visit year-round. In the wintertime, we have these spectacular storms. And as a family, growing up here in Tofino, we always loved it when a big southeaster would blow in, and the gales are shrieking, and it's kind of a special, magical time. And that sort of led us to believe that others might enjoy that as well. So storm watching was part of the original concept before we even designed the inn, when we built the place to be the best spot to watch storms on the west coast of North America.
You would think a storm watching hotel would be a Spartan Lodge type of thing, right? Well, in 2010, the Wick was ranked as one of the top hotels in the world by Condé Nast Traveler magazine.
We made it imperative that every guest room, every public space, the restaurant, the spa, the library, the lounge, you have a view of the ocean. Being able to walk on the beach and come back and then sit back in your double soaker tub or sit by the fire and have a nice glass of red wine, well, that's also a part of storm watching too.
Even when it's almost too rough to be out here, you can just stand in behind the glass and you can almost feel the spray and feel the waves coming in. It's a wonderful place.
The centerpiece of the inn is the Point Restaurant, where you can enjoy fine dining along with amazing 240-degree views of the raging Pacific.
What we do get are these big waves that'll roll right in through the bay, and you get the big rooster tails with the top of the wave being blown off. And that spray will be blown by the southeast wind, and that'll come against the window glass there. But we built it just high enough so it'll come under the restaurant. But, if you're uninitiated and you're sitting there in a big storm, you might be thinking, that baby's going to come right through the glass.
The popularity of storm watching continues to grow, and you can often find the Wick full during the winter season.
Originally, back in 1996, most of those storm watchers came from kind of the Pacific Northwest. And today, we're seeing people who are traveling from a lot further afield. We get visitors from Europe and from Texas and New York, Chicago.
And we caught up with one of those storm watching guests from the Windy City. When you think of a beach vacation, you're thinking of sunny skies, warm temperatures, things like that. But you're thinking more a little bit out in the raw here. I mean, it's in the 40s. It's brutal out here.
It's a very accessible way for an urban person like me to experience the natural world. And also, the people who are here at this time of year want to be here. Nobody just kind of stumbles into this and says, oh, I didn't realize what I was getting into, and they're interested in exploring this, learning more about it, and also just being in this beautiful environment at a particularly special time.
What is the attraction?
It's just the power. I mean, if you stand out here by yourself, look out on the horizon, and just be here. You know, you don't have anything planned. You left your BlackBerry in the room, and you're just standing here and saying, okay, I'll be out here for a little while, as long as I feel like it, and let's see what rolls in. And however it unfolds after that is what it's going to be. And I think, actually, that's a good way to approach life. I wish I could approach my own life that way a little more.
How awesome is this weather fetish for you now? I mean, do you want to expand it past just storm watchings here at the end of the world?
I think it's moving up on the awesomeness meter. I think there's a little bit of a closet meteorologist in me. I think it's kind of interesting now. People ask me, when they find out I'm going storm watching, they think I'm in a car chasing a tornado. And I haven't gone to those extremes yet, but you never know. It might happen someday.
Coming up on Cantore Stories, oyster farming like you've never seen it before.
Each bead is a cluster of oysters. They're this far apart hanging down, and they're this far apart to each other. So it's like a wall of beads.
Here's looking at you.
Rocking. Absolutely rocking.
When you're a stunt woman, work can be pretty unpredictable, from knowing when my next job will be to what I'll actually be doing. So in the rest of my life, I like control, especially in my finances. That's why I have Slate with Blueprint. I can make a plan to pay off everyday things and avoid interest, or pay down my balance faster on the big stuff. That saves money. With Slate from Chase, I have everything under control.
You're gonna get
financially.
Debit card control and credit card flexibility. Get both with Slate.
So what do you think? 30 days, max.
We'll see about that.
Glade Lasting Impressions. 2 complimentary fragrances alternate to keep things fresh, and not just for 30 days. Our longest lasting plug-ins air freshener lasts for 60.
Well, that lasted longer than I thought.
I knew it would.
Get freshness that won't fade away for 60 days with Plug-ins Lasting Impressions. Now Glade Scented Oil fits Airwick warmers too, so you can choose your favorite Glade fragrances.
SC Johnson, a family company.
Next, take a dive with Jim Cantore into the murky waters of Louisiana, where the residents are as unique as their accents. Watch Cantore Stories next on the Weather Channel.
I'm a paid non-attorney spokesperson. Mesothelioma victims may be eligible to receive compensation from the manufacturers of asbestos products that cause their illness. Sokolov Law strives to make the process easy so victims can spend valuable time with family. If you have an eligible case, we'll come to you and gather all the information needed. Many mesothelioma victims never leave the comfort of their home to receive compensation. Call Sokolov Law now at 1-800-266-9772 for a free legal consultation. That's 1-800-266-9772.
True or false? Your pet is safe from fleas, ticks, and heartworms in winter. Sorry, it's false. And these guys can mean big trouble. Your pets need year-round protection, plus medications for cold weather joint pain. Fortunately, they cost a lot less at 1-800-PET-MEDS, and they're delivered free, right to your door with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. For fast service, free shipping, and big savings, call now or order online from 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy.
The storms have subsided, but I still want to be out in the elements. So Michael Mullen's going to take me out to his oyster farm to see how this unique deep water delicacy is grown. Tofino is a fishing mecca, and Captain Michael Mullen looks like the quintessential fisherman. But his catch, well, that's where it gets interesting. After about a 20-minute boat ride to the Clayoquot Sound, we came across hundreds of 45-gallon barrels. These, believe it or not, are oysters. And 25 regional growers harvest close to 60,000 gallons of them each year. How long have those been in the water?
Well, about approximately 2 years.
2 years?
Part of the whole point of the long line is that these guys are growing all the time. Like a beach oyster only feeds at high tide. So the beach oyster only grows a few hours a day. These guys, once they're in there, they're 24 hours.
To accomplish this, the oysters are hung on an 18-foot rope.
You hook these lines up, which are strung up with oysters, and each one is a single shell that's got seeds all over it, and you splice that into the line, 12 all the way down, and if you stagger your harvests, you can keep your farm sustaining all season.
So you take a piece of shell that might have 6 or 8 or 10 little pea-sized babies, and you basically unstrand the string, tuck a shell in, move along. And then once it's hanging there, the weight holds it in place, and as they grow, they adhere to the string. And that in itself is like an artificial reef. It becomes habitat for everything. There's crabs, there's little clams, there's nudibranchs, there's sea cucumbers. That's all what I call fouling.
Describe how the storms actually help you.
When the wind moves surface water, it causes upwelling. When the surface water is moving, the bottom colder water comes up. And it brings nutrient, it brings nourishment. And plus, if the waves are moving through, the whole farm is riding up and down on the waves. That's also beneficial because it's going to shake off a bit of the fouling.
Are there any other places in the world that harvest oysters like this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we followed a New Zealand model. And there's a few other places, but this west coast of Vancouver Island are arguably the best in the world. We have no pulp mills, we have no big cities. And again, the beach oyster picks up the taste of the substrate. If there's, different mud or different minerals or different chemicals on the ground, and these guys tend to be a little milder, a little sweeter, a little lighter, just because of the clean water.
All this talk about oysters is making me really hungry, Michael. Can we go get some?
It's a crime to put the hot sauce on there, but there you go.
Here's looking at you. Rocking. Absolutely rocking.
Hey, I am really distracted by this sandwich. I'm probably going to veer into your lane, so watch out.
Accidents don't announce themselves. That's why the RX helps protect you with 360 degrees of safety. See your Lexus dealer.
Who put that on your car? How did that get there?
You guys calm down. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That's your agent. Hey, Sarah. Oh.
Oh, I'm next. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a giant stuffed panda bear.
That's what you're going with?
No, with Bob Barker.
And a new car.
Yes!
Whoa. State Farm agents are there when you need them.
The seasons change, but we still may suffer from nasal allergy symptoms. They can hit you year-round, indoors or out. Oh, to have relief. Prescription Nasonex is clinically proven to help relieve nasal allergy symptoms, including congestion, runny and itchy nose, and sneezing.
Side effects may include headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing. Infections of the nose and throat and eye problems, including glaucoma or cataracts, may occur. Have regular eye exams. Slow wound healing may occur, so do not use Nasonex until your nose has healed from any sore, surgery, or injury. Nasonex can increase your risk of getting infections. Avoid contact with infections like chickenpox or measles while using Nasonex.
It does not come in generic form. Ask your doctor if Nasonex is right for you.
At TurboTax, we're all about making taxes easy, like SnapTax.
Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. I got the magic, baby. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Yes, it turns to gold. Everybody knows.
It's just one more way you can choose easy.
So you're thinking about fixing up the house, and you're going to use your refund from Uncle Sam to help. We'll stop by Lowe's, and we'll give your tax refund a boost. Just come in February 8th through March 14th and load up the Lowe's tax refund card from $500 to $4,000. Then on March 18th, we'll add 10% more to the original value. That's more money.
Woohoo!
Whatever project's on your list, get going, and we'll give you the extra funds to get it done. Get more from your refund during the Lowe's tax refund event. Experience Lowe's. Let's build something together.
I've been in storms all over the world, but until now, never experienced winter storm watching. But here in Tofino, Canada, there's something really special about being in the elements and connecting with all the raw forces of nature. Here on the edge of the world.
The first time, it's like going to the Grand Canyon.